Hello, and welcome to week 26 of 365 Days of Little Successes, brought to you by me, Brittany Rios, the former Rambling Wanderer. So, I don't know if you can notice, but I am in my now empty bedroom because I am getting ready to move. I just transferred all of my things to my new apartment today, and it feels very exciting because I'll be living by myself for the very first time, but it's also very sad because I have to say goodbye to a dear friend and say goodbye to another home that I've been very happy in and that have seen a lot of growth. But I am grateful for this new change and this new chapter in my life that will be starting come September when I move in officially to my new place. I'll be leaving for the summer. I'm very excited about this. Going down to the south of Portugal to do some volunteer work. I'm going to spend some time at the beach and then going on the Camino de Santiago for 20 days in September, and then to begin life again with my new job and everything that I have coming up. So I have a lot of positive things to report. But as one door opens, another door closes, and I find myself in this transitional period, and I've written something that I'm going to read because I think it's something that we can all relate to. And while I'm making all of these positive changes, sometimes old tendencies creep up and you repeat bad habits. And sometimes you gotta ask yourself, what am I doing? And in the worst case scenario, it's you know what you're doing and you recognize exactly why and what it is that you're doing, but you continue it anyways, even though you know it's bad for you, which is the worst. And I've realized that once you start living a conscious life and you do your best to try and create new habits and new mentality and to make better decisions for yourself. But none of us are perfect, and we all have, we'll say, slip up sometimes, or we digress back into old habits, and it's easy to do sometimes, and you have to wonder why this happens. And then, like I said, when you're conscious of it and you continue to do it anyways, it makes you feel worse, I think, because as they say, ignorance is bliss. But when you are not ignorant of what you are doing, then you really have no excuse, and you can't blame anything. But anyways, I compare it to eating something that you know is going to make you sick. Imagine I'm slightly lactose intolerant, and sometimes I just have to have ice cream. And even though I know the ice cream is going to give me a giant stomach ache, I continue to eat it because in the moment it tastes really good. And you can apply that to anything in life. Sometimes with bad habits or anything, mentality, tendencies, whatever you want to call it, people, and we know that in the end we're going to get hurt or we're going to feel bad or that this kind of behavior doesn't serve us, but we continue it anyways. It's a hard cycle. Nobody's perfect, and we all can resort to what comes naturally sometimes, and not that it's good or bad, but it's up to us to recognize and change those behaviors. For me, it's amazing what can come from letting go of these bad habits per se, and things that do not serve you, even if initially it is painful. Whether it is a bad habit, an old mindset, a bad relationship, or a shirt that doesn't fit, sometimes you just have to know when to let something go. I find it to be true for myself and others that sometimes letting go of whatever it is, whether you're willing to do it or that you have to because of whatever reason, it is initially followed by fear. And the fear of not knowing what will happen next, fear of letting go of whatever it is because it gives you some kind of comfort even when it's bad for you, or just a general fear of the unknown. And it can be very scary to make big changes and to recognize when something no longer serves you in your life. We fear what will happen. We fear because we don't know, because you do know, whatever. And it's very challenging to get over that. And fear is something that just doesn't go away. And it's just more about how you let it affect you and what you let it do in your life and how you let it win or not win or how it affects everything that we do, because it's always there. Whether it's a fear of spiders or a fear of being alone, it doesn't matter. But it is up to us to let go of these things that do not serve us, because that's how change happens and that's how growth happens. And it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Once the initial shock and pain goes away, the only thing that's left is the time to heal. So for me, I've had to rip off some Band-Aids lately, and sure, it's an initial shock and it hurts a little bit, but I know that eventually it'll be good for me. So hopefully you can take all of these examples and lessons from my life and apply it to yours. If there's something that no longer serves you, it's really freeing to do it. So I will not be in contact because I will be in the middle of nowhere for 2 weeks, and will report back as soon as I can. So I wish everybody a wonderful month, and stay tuned for all of my adventures. Thanks for watching.